Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Mango Tokucast. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Makotoa.
Oh, that's it again. we're missing some folks. But that will not stop us, yet again, from bringing you Space 25 of Uchuu Sentai Kyuranger.
Wonderful.
Michael, let's dive right in. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I was kind of disappointed.
Kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to be quality kind of business as usual type thing, where we're hitting...
Well, no. See, the thing about this episode is it wasn't supposed to sort of be business as usual. Because guess what we got this episode? The full roll call.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, no, and see...
It was so casually done, too. We didn't even, have, a big, hey, it's a special occasion, let's do the full roll call because, we're just gonna spend all of our Q-Tama juice this episode. They didn't even, acknowledge the existence of that kind of, what would you call it, rule in this universe right now.
I'm pretty sure, they didn't acknowledge it because you could feel it. You can just feel it in the show itself. Like, the budget cannot sustain this magnitude of characters all in one place.
Okay, I think it's because of the nature of what the plot was that they needed everyone, and that was kind of the gimmick.
Yeah.
So
I found that pretty neat because, we have 12 people. Hey, there's conveniently 12 ticks on our clock. That's, let's do something with that. And it all kind of meshed well. There were... Oh, I feel like I say this a lot with Kyuranger. There's a lot of good ideas that go into
I
this.
liked the just little interactions between groups of characters that happened here and there. And, we did have some...
well, let's... I mean, I feel like we should go from weakest to sort of best.
Weakest to best? Okay.
List out weakest stuff to best. For me, easily the weakest was Shishi Red. No semblance of character development whatsoever. And you get a sense that they just sort of forgot about that scene that they did, the flaming thing. I thought they were gonna, at the very, very least, have, fire coming down or something. I don't know.
What scene are you referring to?
When he was a kid.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
we still haven't gotten it. Oh, you're talking. Oh, okay. So you're saying it's a wasted opportunity because we didn't get to see anything. We didn't see anything from his past, which could have been a foreshadowing indication.
No. We saw one villain from who knows where.
Well,
it's the first episode. Or something.
That was the first episode villain. I remember because I've recently just combed through that episode looking for Garu reference material for potential costume purposes, but.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just, it was unfortunate. We didn't see anything like that. I don't know where we're going with this character if they didn't use this opportunity that was so blatantly in front of them, unless they were thinking that they wouldn't have time because they were doing so much else.
That's what I feel like this should have been an arc on its own. How...
You're right. This episode could have if we went into depth more with each of these character interactions, especially Naga, which, that's probably one of the better ones, and we should save that for last.
No, honestly, we should. But I will say right off the bat, that is my favorite one.
Yeah, these could have simmered a little while and just went a little deeper, and we could have seen some great, just character interactions between some of these groupings, because I really like when they group up and interact with each other from time to time like this. And the fact that they were all doing it was all right, we get to have a smorgasbord. We don't have to leave 3 of these characters out. We got them all, doing the stuff.
Yeah. No, but that would have gotten a bit too tangled up, you know what I mean? In terms of having too many people all in one place. But I feel like we could have separated sort of story arcs in between, or this be an entire arc, but sort of focus on the separate teams trying to perform one task, and then at the end of the arc they all come together. So what I'm thinking is maybe it was a scheduling issue, because and that this came up so late, especially with what we know about what's going to be happening in Tanaga in the next episode. But I feel like we could have had a thing between orange, black, and light blue, and that probably would have been the last part of the arc.
That would have been nice. Like, yeah, it didn't have to have like a focus on each character. It could have been a focus on one character and then their friend characters, like, helping them out, right?
Or even like not even their friend characters, but like weird combinations. Like, I'm assuming what they're gonna do in Avengers: Infinity War. You know, have some weird, strange combinations of characters, or not? Strange, because they all know each other.
I've heard of that.
But like. Yeah. So, I mean, like, being close to someone, like, have characters 1, 2, and 3, so Lucky, Orange, and whoever the third person... Oh, Garu. I don't know, just have different teams like that.
Mix and match.
Yeah, I think that would have been nice.
Reminds me of the episode we had where, like, Garu had to, like... team up sort of with Tenban Gold.
Tenban Gold, yeah, that was so good.
It was.
We never got anything because all the teams right now, they sort of mesh well, and what we've gotten like Tsurugi, Raptor, and Spada, that was a kooky combination that, you know, we got for a while, but I feel like it was sort of meant to be, you know?
They were, or at least that was like, those were natural combinations, sort of like we have Champ.
I don't want to say natural combinations, but it felt more like, hey, let's just throw these together. No, we need these specifically here.
Okay, so it was more these characters.
It was more of a higher up move, not really, because like I feel like the blue and gold situation, it could have been like, oh hey, we want to do a fun episode. Let's just throw some names into a hat and see what we can get.
I mean, that's kind of the Qlet, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was hoping for here. But yeah, like I said, oh, and I feel like we could also touch on Hammies, because nothing happened there either.
Nothing with Hammy, nothing with Shishi Red, nothing with Spada. I mean,
yeah, Spada was just an inconvenience. What was really the connection between him and Madako? And then, like, they have another piece of Madako.
Okay, also, I gotta say, that like, innuendo part just bothered me. Like, why is everybody, like, after Spada? Like, even with Raptor's little thing that she had going on. Oh, like, Spada.
What are you talking about?
Raptor, like Sparta, also apparently Madako now, like, at least in this thing.
I don't think that was a lasting thing. That's just kind of what, like,
probably because that was just one of her.
And she acts kind of like that with everyone, you know. And then when the real Madako showed up, she was just all over the place. I hated that one. I hated that incarnation of Madako, and I need it gone.
The latest one that got away.
Like the super fanboy.
Yeah, that was
one. That one was gross.
That was really unfortunate.
Man, and that did not instill a lot of faith for me. But I did like Raptors. Oh wait, no. Let's talk about Scorpios. That happened.
That just happened. It was just... He didn't even have any help. He didn't need any help. He was just like...
Yeah. I feel like he should have at least hesitated a little bit. It is a fresh wound. The problem is, like... You know, like I said earlier, I'm glad that we're moving along the plot quickly and not stopping, but we don't have that time to breathe. And I feel like with a little bit more time to breathe, this would have made more sense. Like, I'm okay now, you know, that sort of thing. Or at least, I don't know, something that wasn't in the middle of a 6th Ranger debut episode.
Ironically,
you know?
The focus of the episode, which was the time-traveling Kyutama, it feels like we were a bit rushed. We didn't have enough time to focus on each character because there was just too many to go around. And so I agree completely that this episode could have, like, been spread out into at least a 2-parter and then give a little bit more... time with each character's
Yeah.
flashback.
I would have
memory.
liked more time to see Big Bear and Draco. Frick, what's his name?
His the
Frick. You let us a chance.
Yeah.
You know him. He's a dragon guy.
Purple Ranger.
Sholombo.
Sholombo.
Sholombo. Yeah, frick.
Oh.
Yeah. I would have liked to see more between them because they're just hitting it off pretty nicely.
I loved how that was like a different dynamic per each, where some of them were fighting, some of them were just like actually getting along.
Yeah, with Golden and Silver or Gold's Silver showed up and they just did the handshake and he was out.
Yeah,
that was really sweet. Because at the beginning of the show he was about to just leave Naga to die, which. Oh man, weird thinking about right now in terms of character, but it did. I guess it sort of shows a growth. It shows a change, but I don't know if it shows a growth because I don't see him actively growing. We never came back to him being that greedy. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's just kind of been like the jokester in the group the whole time.
Yeah, I love it. No, easily my favorite part. For him, and I mean this is no slam on the voice actor, but it was when he wasn't talking. Like at the beginning of the episode when they landed on Talk, or was it Tick? It was like Talk
when he put his hand on Kotaro's
shoulder.
Yeah. That was wonderful.
That was nice. That was really
that was
good.
Wonderful.
And then
because it didn't have a joke, and I was actually surprised. I remember thinking, "Wow, he didn't actually say a joke. He didn't make light of it. He actually felt like." I'm going to give you my sort of support without having to, turn it into a joke this time.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, it was the thing about it. It was subtle. I think the best parts of this episode were the silent parts. And I'm going to dip into Naga right now a little bit with that point because the best part was when Gold didn't say anything to Kotaro. He just had his hand on his shoulder and, comforted him. And then when he showed up to Naga, nothing showed up, so nothing happened. And that was easily the most interesting thing there. We'll get into it a bit later. And then Gold, he stopped. He didn't know what to say. And then when Silver brought it up again, Gold still didn't know what to say. And I don't know,
yeah, that was
just
part
there's
where
some
it was like,
subtlety to it that I love.
Wow, we could go places with that. And it looks like we are, but maybe not the places we wanted.
We'll get there. Let's talk about
Let's talk about what actually the main focus of the episode was.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. We had Kuvero or the bird guy come back for 12.
Yeah.
For Tsurugi, and that amounted to nothing.
We totally.
That made me,
wiped out. When we saw it, and then it cut away. I was like, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to this. And then he's just arrived at another person to aid them, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, like he did say over the comp, like something warping time. Something Toku something,
that was it. He got to tell us the logic behind the episode. That's what his role was.
So, like I said, with the strength of this episode being in the silence, the weakest part of this episode was the talking. Especially for Kotaro. For all the praise that I give him, this has got to be some of his worst. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I can't say if it's necessarily his acting or just the direction they took. It didn't feel like we got enough time. That's true. No. I can't say that the best parts of all the best parts of this episode were the silent parts, because his mom barely said a thing, and I felt nothing for her because of it.
No. See that like what you said about the directing. Yeah. Oh wait, no, you said direction.
Well, either
the direction of the
I'm
saying like the director couldn't tell. Hold on. the director didn't really get across a realistic situation to me through the actors. And if I was a kid, my mom was dead, and then I saw her immediately, even though I heard Tsurugi say, oh yeah, they're bringing people from your past in, I'm going to run up to her, hug her, and start crying. That you don't just go like, Mom, it's really you? Hold on, let me do something real quick.
No, yeah, that was weird that he was so entranced in the cause. I think you're right about that. He should, like, the direction it should have taken was, like, he should have just dropped everything and just, like, you know, tried to be with her. It was kind of like,
it wasn't strong enough either way.
Remember in Zyuohger when we had Yamato's mom show up?
Yeah.
And that was done really well.
That was heavy.
And like the part where she gets killed again or whatever, that hurt. And I think props to Yamato as an actor, because he always was able to like portray really good like anguish emotions.
Yeah.
And
I mean it's not just him either. It's the direction and the writing.
So we've seen it done before, where a mom comes back to life and a character has to deal with it, and it was done well. I think it's just it's not just,
and with the amount of focus we gave him, I feel like there was enough time.
So you think that
definitely
it's a lot
enough
on
time.
The actors more than the director here?
No.
Or what?
I think it's a lot more on the directors than it is on the actor.
That's
at
what
this
I was
point.
thinking,
Because
personally.
like he has at least some of the chops, like, and if he can't pull it off as well, we've seen worse.
That's true.
This kid's pretty good. So I mean, trust him enough to be able to do it. That might not have been the case, because like a lot of this episode, when it came to Kotaro, was spoon-fed to us. I hated how like he started turning the clock, and then he turned in the thing after giving a pretty deadpan performance after seeing your mother for a long time. Turning around and being like, oh no, if I turn the thing, then I won't get to see my mom. Do you get it, kids? I know you're not intelligent enough to... No, we get it, okay? We get it, and we just want you to continue the episode. Don't talk.
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap. You don't have to spoon feed us. We understand. They don't give kids enough credit.
Yeah. I think that was pretty obvious that, like, because other characters were already doing that before, right?
Exactly. So
he was like one of the last people too.
Yeah.
Not like we haven't seen.
Who was he saying that to? Who was it for? Like, what is the point of having that scene in there if not to inform the audience?
Just to like,
he wouldn't be saying that to himself otherwise.
You'd hope,
unless he said it to his mom, like.
No, it felt like it was supposed to be him realizing it, and that's honestly not giving the character enough credit.
Yeah.
But,
I did. There was conflicting like stories going on here. Mom, I'm gonna save the universe, and then runs away. But then, to save the universe, you probably need to turn that thing. Yeah. Why do you need to prove to your mom?
Why he suddenly needed to defeat the villain first, and then turn the thing.
I like the idea of him saying like, "Mom, I'm okay. I'm doing this, and I'm strong enough." That's one thing, but though that didn't line up with what he was doing. You did not need to defeat that villain to turn that key, and I guess it is a nice thing to prove to your mom that you're doing okay.
Because there was one point where she was like, "You're gonna fight that thing," or something like that, right?
Was that the whole thing?
That was all that's all I remember. The only line I remember from her. And honestly, I think it was a wasted opportunity. She should have said more things, especially at the end. I hated the part where she was disappearing, and he hugs her one last time, and he's like, blah blah blah. I don't remember exactly what he said. But it's almost like, you were expecting a response, and she just fades, and she just looks at him. And in some ways that could have been emotionally triggering to like in a good way, but it just fell flat for me.
You know what would have been more powerful?
What?
First off, have a just slightly tweak the interactions to be a bit better, beforehand. But then when he turned it, he couldn't look at his mom, and then once it was finally done, all you saw was the sparkles, and then the team sort of gathering around him and done that sort of arm on the shoulder thing. That would have been a nice.
What would have been really,
and then
really, really messed up is if he went to hug her and she already disappeared before he got to her. Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that
would have been a little too.
Would be messed up. I don't know. I would have liked to see something a bit more ballsy from this, and then all of them coming together. He's sort of beat up. He's on his knees and he's starting to cry a little bit, and they hand on shoulder, and then the Q-Tama comes to them. I don't know. Leave off on a somber note. Why not?
Yeah. It is what it is at this point. It had, like you said, Kyuranger has a lot of really good concepts, and sometimes it just doesn't, they don't have enough screen time, like this episode, so they don't get to go anywhere, or they don't, there's other problems with the episode that kind of overshadow them at times. I still the fact that we can discuss so passionately about the good parts of this episode that we liked, it says something for the show still. That we can still,
definitely,
and enjoy it and look forward to each episode, because we know that there will be parts of it that are gonna really entice us, at least.
And it really comes from the strength of the characters. Sentai, oh man, you've done us horribly with Ninja, but every other time, characters are done pretty well. And it's you really get to connect with a lot of these characters, and if there's not a character for you, there's if one character's not for you, it's definitely for someone else,
Yeah, there's plenty to go around, pick and choose.
Yeah. I mean, it's all fun and games. It's all fun, and you want to see them having fun and being happy and interacting with each other. And that's the strength of this show. And that's what we got with Silver's stuff. We didn't interact with him too much. But it was his reaction to everyone else having a good time or having an emotional time with someone that really got to him. And seeing him have that emotion of sadness, and sort of developing that. And that was the strength of his. I feel like we're forgetting one. Oh, frick! No. Right. Since we're going in order, forgot Raptor. Second favorite of this episode.
I mean, I kind of brought it up a little, but it was just it.
I love Raptor. Raptor's my girl.
Everyone.
And so does everyone else. Oh man,
that was funny.
I love her so much. She's great. Yeah. So now we can move back to Silver. Oh wait, Garu, frick.
Oh gosh, that was incredible. All right, this is over so quick because it was just nope.
Yeah, his should have gone further, further back in this episode. But man, it was funny. It wasn't particularly impactful or meaningful or anything. It was just funny.
It was funny, and it was really just funny. It was over as soon as you saw it, and he wanted it to be, and that was the best part.
Yeah,
he was just nope. I remember you.
It was so good. Oh shoot, we didn't talk about Oshi Black and Professor Anton.
Oh frick, that's probably because we didn't
Professor
see
Anton's costume on a different dude.
Yeah. They couldn't afford to get the actor in or something.
I don't know. I mean, they had everyone on board this episode.
We didn't even see what happened. He just showed up. That was another one where it was just oh.
Well, he shot the magistrates. I don't know. It was bringing it up briefly.
Yeah, we didn't see him disappear, and that could have been its own episode.
Yeah, no,
thing.
Exactly.
We focused on Kotaro's, but there were some others that could have been really interesting. Naga, the friggin' the bull as well. It's just,
and I'm actually legitimately looking forward to see what Power Rangers is gonna do with this. I know they fall flat on their face most times, but I can dream. I like the main reason is because like you have another shot at this. You can let these ideas in your mind simmer a bit and then let it happen on screen. I want to see that. Okay. Please show us something. But anyway, that's a different topic. But yeah, that was good for what it could have been in like the 10 seconds that it was given.
Yeah,
it was fine. Yeah, Silver, best part of the episode. Let's get back into that. I don't know. It's just him not... Do I have a heart? Ooh, that hit me.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, yeah. Because it's a character that's really endeared himself to us, or I don't want to speak for you, but to me, over this whole show, he hasn't been doing much, but what he has done is like stellar. It's dynamite.
He has stolen your heart.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah, it's... silently.
Yeah, silently. I mean,
he has like, a heart. He has mine.
Where he was like... Remember the fight with Stinger and his brother? Like, he had a spotlight moment where like he shined and even took a hit for it.
Man, Shishi Red put in that Sun Kyutama and he shined.
You know, that really that was a great moment. And then there was also that episode that kind of like where they were at a village and it was the water like sacrifice thing.
Yeah, no, that was so funny. He just appeared on the other side. There they are. I love Naga.
Yeah.
I just
well,
and okay,
I don't. I mean, like as much as you know, talking about I guess the preview. I mean, still feel good about it. I think we'll still get stuff out of it that we're gonna like.
I'm scared.
You're scared?
I'm scared because of a few reasons. So the factors that are going into this right now are Premium Bandai has already released Heaven Sky Silver's, or at least announced Heaven Sky Silver's Dark Morpher that they're going to introduce next episode, along with the Dark Kyutama that he's going to get. I don't know if those are the official names, but it's what's going to change him. So I know that I doubt that they'll drop this entirely after this. So whatever we get from Naga will stick for a little bit, and that might become the focus of this next arc. Because I don't know that it'll be a minor inconvenience. And the other thing is, Dan Kuroto is getting very popular. At least from what I'm hearing. I hate him so much. I hate him with a passion. And if they take cues from that and say, hey, this guy's overacting is doing great, we want to bring some of that into Kyuranger and maybe graft it onto Silver for a bit and test it out, I don't know how I'm gonna feel.
I
don't want that.
I think you might be overthinking it, and
I could be, and I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong because I love Naga.
Like focus on that so much because I think you might like look for something that isn't there and then find something as a result. Like whereas
you tell me this, but I'm gonna see it. I'm not gonna be happy. I want to be happy about this. The part that upsets me is the faces that he's making. It's the faces. It is kind of over the top, and I don't want it. Because
Naga.
The best part of him is it's the sustained face that's gonna lead to a laugh that I'm not sure that I'm gonna be ready for.
Okay, well, I look forward to it. I think
I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic.
His debut as Phantom of the Opera is going to be enjoyable to me, personally.
No, I mean, I'm glad to give him a new form. I'm glad to give anyone a new form outside of Shishi Red.
Yeah. Please,
like that'll be cool, and I feel like it's one of the first times where we've like plucked a mainstay and then made him a villain for a bit instead of like starting them out as a villain and then going from there. I don't know. I'm not as well versed in Sentai as I'd like to be. The only like legacy stuff that I've been through is I've gone through the more recent stuff, but the only other like older thing is Die Ranger. But
that's
could have been done
for
maybe
another
not.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, no. We should also say like, hey, they were all together, but again, the direction of this episode, like the directing this episode, was not up to par with anything.
With anything.
Like they couldn't really handle that.
The main focus story
moment.
points, which were about Kotaro, were not that great.
See, that's why I would have loved to let this simmer a little bit. Because, like, had we had this slow build-up to everyone being together, hell yeah!
And a little more time, maybe with Kotaro interacting with his mom, we might have started feeling for their relationship.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, maybe have the planet appear bigger this time and have it take maybe an hour to get the clock started, And then at the end of each episode, you'll have parts of the team slowly coming together, so then they can, obviously form the Megazord at the end. But then, sort of building up this slow thing between Kota and his mom, and everything. Yeah. I don't know, missed opportunities here. I feel like squandered potential, and it didn't even lead to. The fight was all right. The fight was fine. I enjoyed it as much as I could. Yeah, I'm so sad that it just amounted to that. I don't know. I'm disappointed with this episode. And it's because I know that Kyuranger can do. I know that Sentai can do better.
Okay.
Show me better.
Okay.
Michael, we've talked for this longer than the episode itself was.
Yeah, I was hoping that we could like wrap it up a little bit, but there's just little bits and pieces of different stuff all over this episode. So
no, see exactly.
I can't blame them too much.
That's the problem. That's the problem with this episode because it was so packed full of stuff that should have been expanded. There's a lot to talk about that wasn't.
Yeah. I don't want to bash them too hard if they couldn't have chosen to make it 2. And they just had to like try and fit in as much as they could, So
maybe this started as somewhat of a small concept, so they only allotted like a small time to it, and then they were like, "Oh, hold on a second, these are actual like we have plot threads to bring back with this."
Yeah, there was a lot of potential.
So they did as much as they could.
They didn't realize it. I don't know.
I don't know. Squandered potential, but hey.
All right. I mean,
we can always do better next week, hopefully.
Yep.
I think that just about wraps up our discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking for well over half an hour. Guys, hit that like button if you like this episode. Subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Comment down below what you thought could have been done with this episode. There's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hell of a lot that could have been done with this episode. But, also, social media's description down below. Discord chat. Talk to us. Tell us about Toku, anime, all that stuff. And dingle our dongle. See ya.
Later.